Have you ever felt like life knocked you down so hard you weren't sure if you'd ever get back up? Maybe your relationships are in shambles, your finances are a mess, or you've lost that spark inside that made you feel alive. I've got news for you. This isn't the end of your story. This is the moment when you decide that enough is enough. That's why you're here, right? You're ready to reclaim your power, rebuild your life, and step into the version of yourself you've always known you could be. Stick with me and I'll show you how. Let me tell you something powerful. Every single person you admire, every individual you think has it all together, has faced moments of absolute chaos and despair. They've had nights where they couldn't sleep, days where they felt like the walls were closing in, and seasons where they questioned if they'd ever see the light again. The difference isn't that they had fewer challenges, it's that they chose to rise. And right now, in this moment, you're not just facing your struggles, you're standing at the threshold of something extraordinary. It's easy to believe that no one understands what you're going through, that your pain is uniquely insurmountable, and that you're trapped in a situation no one else could possibly relate to. That's the lie your fear and isolation want you to believe. But here's the truth, you are not alone in this. Humans are wired for resilience. Across time, across cultures, and across circumstances people have overcome. People just like you. The difference between them and staying stuck where you are is the decision to take the first step. Think about it. How many stories have you heard of someone rising from nothing? The entrepreneur who started in a garage, the athlete who came back stronger after a devastating injury, the person who lost everything and still found a way to rebuild their life. These aren't exceptions, they are proof. Proof that the worst moments of your life can be the foundation for the greatest transformation you'll ever experience. But here's the key to realize you're not alone, you have to reach out. The strongest people in the world aren't the ones who go through life solo, they're the ones who lean on others. You might feel ashamed, embarrassed, or afraid to admit that you need help. But there's strength in vulnerability. Talk to someone you trust, seek guidance, or even just share your story. You'll be surprised how many people will step forward to say, I've been there too. Remember, the world is full of people who have walked paths of unimaginable difficulty and emerged stronger, wiser, and more alive than ever. Their journeys didn't start with perfection, they started with chaos, just like yours. What sets them apart is their willingness to keep going, to believe that better days are possible, and to refuse to let their circumstances define their destiny. You are not alone in your struggles, and you are not alone in your capacity to overcome them. This moment you're in, the storm you're weathering, is not your destination, it's your starting point. Right now, someone out there is praying for the courage to do what you're already doing, standing up, dusting yourself off and saying, I'm ready for something more. So breathe, believe, and know that the power to pull your life back together is already within you. You are not alone, not now, not ever. The journey may not be easy, but you'll never walk it by yourself. In every great comeback story, there's a moment, a single defining moment when everything begins to change. It's not the day they got their first big break or the day they achieved their goal. No, it's the moment they decided that enough was enough. Decided to stop tolerating a life that felt less than what they deserved. Decided to take control. The power of decision is one of the most transformative forces in the universe. Why? Because in that moment, you stop being a victim of your circumstances and start becoming the creator of your destiny. A decision isn't just a thought or a fleeting idea, it's a commitment. It's planting your flag in the ground and saying, this is where I make my stand. Here's the truth, life doesn't change until you decide it must. It's not the external forces, the job, the partner, the bank account that determine your path. It's your internal resolve. When you decide to move forward, something incredible happens. Your mind, your body, and even the energy you put out into the world align with that decision. The world starts to shift because you've shifted. But here's the catch most people don't decide. They hesitate. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect guarantee. But perfection is an illusion, and waiting is the thief of progress. The only perfect time to decide is now, right here in this moment. You have everything you need to make a choice that can alter the course of your life. Think about the decisions you've made in the past, big ones and small ones. Maybe there was a time when you decided to walk away from something that wasn't good for you and it set you free. Or perhaps you chose to take a leap of faith even though fear was screaming at you to stay safe. Those moments weren't easy, but they shaped who you are. They brought you here. Now imagine what your life could look like if you made a new decision today. A decision to stop settling for less than you deserve. A decision to take one step toward your dreams no matter how small. A decision to let go of the excuses, the fears, and the doubts that have been holding you back. When you decide, truly decide, there's a shift inside you. It's like lighting a fire in your soul. That fire might start as a flicker, but if you feed it with action, with belief, with determination, it grows into an inferno that can't be extinguished. The beauty of decision is that it doesn't require perfection, resources, or even confidence. It just requires courage, the courage to say, I'm no longer okay with where I am, and I'm ready to create something better. That's the moment when your life begins to change, not tomorrow, not someday, but right now. The power to pull your life back together starts with one simple yet profound act, deciding that you will. In the chaos of life, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. You get caught up in the daily grind, the relentless demands, and the setbacks that feel like they're pulling you under. Before you know it, you've drifted so far from your dreams, your goals, and your sense of purpose that you start to wonder if they were ever real in the first place. But here's the truth, they were real, and they still are. They've just been buried under the weight of distraction and doubt. Reclaiming your vision is the first step toward pulling your life back together, because without a vision, you're a ship lost at sea, tossed around by the waves with no destination in sight. Your vision is the blueprint for your future. It's the image of the life you want to live, the person you want to become, and the impact you want to make. It's not about perfection or fantasy, it's about authenticity. It's about aligning with the things that make you feel alive, purposeful, and fulfilled. And if you've lost touch with it, don't worry, you can find it again. The first thing to understand is that your vision is already within you. It's not something you have to create from scratch, it's something you have to uncover. Think back to a time when you felt truly alive, when you were excited about what was possible. What were you doing? Who were you with? What dreams were you chasing? That spark still exists, you just need to fan the flames. Take a moment to let yourself dream again. Forget about the obstacles, the limitations, and the how for a moment. Focus on the what and the why. What does your ideal life look like? What do you see when you picture yourself at your best? Don't hold back, give yourself permission to think big, bold, and unapologetically. This is your vision and no one else's. As you begin to reclaim your vision, you might feel resistance. Doubts will creep in. Voices in your head might say, that's unrealistic, or you've already failed too many times, silence them. Those voices are fear masquerading as logic. They're not the truth. The truth is that your vision is valid and it's worth fighting for. Once you have a clear picture of your vision, hold on to it tightly. Write it down, create a vision board, or keep a journal where you revisit it daily. The more you focus on your vision, the more it becomes a guiding force in your life. It becomes your compass, helping you make decisions, prioritize your time, and stay motivated even when the journey gets tough. Reclaiming your vision isn't just about dreaming, it's about believing. Believing that your life has meaning, that your potential is limitless, and that you're capable of creating something extraordinary. When you reclaim your vision, you reclaim your power. And when you reclaim your power, there's nothing you can't achieve. One of the most profound truths about life is that pain is inevitable. Everyone at some point faces hardship, loss, disappointment, or failure. But here's something most people don't understand. Pain isn't something you have to endure passively or let consume you. Pain can become your greatest source of power if you learn how to transform it. Think about it. Some of the most successful people in history, those who've gone on to create massive change or make extraordinary comebacks, didn't rise from a place of comfort or privilege. They rose from pain, from moments when life seemed to break them, yet they chose to use that pain as fuel. They didn't ignore it or suppress it. They embraced it, learned from it, and channeled it into something bigger. Pain has a unique way of bringing clarity. When you're in the midst of suffering, the distractions of everyday life fade away. It's in those raw moments of vulnerability that you become hyper aware of what truly matters to you, what you really want out of life. And even though it feels unbearable at the time, pain has a way of forcing you to confront the things you've been avoiding or suppressing. This is where your power lies in the decision to confront your pain and use it as a stepping stone to something better. Look at the painful moments in your life, the heartbreak, the failures, the times you've been knocked down. These experiences didn't come to define you, they came to refine you. You may have felt shattered, defeated, or alone, but in truth, you were being shaped into a stronger version of yourself. That pain, no matter how deep it was, wasn't wasted. It was the very thing that gave you the resilience, the lessons, and the strength to rise again. It's easy to feel trapped by pain, to believe that the wounds of the past will always haunt you or that you'll never be able to escape the emotional scars. But the secret is that you don't have to erase the past to move forward. In fact, the pain you carry can be the foundation for your personal transformation. Think of it like a piece of clay in the hands of a sculptor. When the artist works with it, the clay is molded into something beautiful and unique. Your pain, too, can shape you into something stronger and more resilient than you ever imagined. When you transform your pain into power, you no longer view your setbacks as obstacles. You see them as lessons, as stepping stones, as experiences that have taught you something valuable. This mindset shift allows you to move forward with a sense of purpose, knowing that every challenge you face is simply another opportunity to grow, to evolve, and to get closer to the life you've always dreamed of. Pain is a powerful tool, but only if you choose to use it. You can either let it control you, or you can take control of it. The choice is yours. When you shift your perspective and begin to see your pain as a source of power, you will unlock an energy within you that can propel you forward, no matter how tough the journey may seem. You are not defined by your pain, but by what you do with it. So choose to transform it into the fuel that drives your comeback. Change doesn't happen overnight, and it's never the result of one grand, sweeping gesture. The truth is, lasting transformation is built through consistent, small actions. It's the daily rituals, the habits you repeat, the routines you create that form the foundation of your success. If you want to pull your life back together, you need to reset your rituals, because the patterns you've been following up until now are what have brought you to where you are. To create a new life, you have to create new habits. Rituals are powerful because they don't require motivation or willpower to be effective. They are habits that operate automatically without needing your constant attention or energy. When you build the right rituals, you're not relying on fleeting moments of inspiration or motivation to move forward. You're creating a system that moves you in the right direction every single day. And when those small actions compound over time, they add up to something extraordinary. It's easy to think that big change requires big dramatic action. People love to talk about their New Year's resolutions, their grand goals, their dreams of the future. But the truth is, those big dreams are realized through the tiny, everyday decisions that might not seem significant at first, but ultimately shape the life you lead. Small, positive rituals practiced consistently over time are the things that will bring you success, health, happiness, and fulfillment. So where do you begin? You begin by taking an honest look at your daily habits. What are you doing every morning when you wake up? What's the first thing you do when you get home from work? What thoughts do you allow yourself to dwell on before you sleep? Your current rituals are either propelling you toward your goals or keeping you stuck in a cycle that isn't serving you. The key to the ritual reset is to focus on the areas of your life that need the most attention. If you're struggling with your health, for example, you might set the ritual of starting each day with a healthy breakfast and a 15-minute workout. If your finances are a mess, perhaps you start a ritual of reviewing your budget every Sunday. If you feel disconnected from your purpose, make a ritual of journaling or meditating each day to get clear on your goals and intentions. The beauty of rituals is that they don't have to be overwhelming. You don't have to overhaul your entire life overnight. It's the small positive habits that you can incorporate into your routine that will gradually shift your mindset and set you on the path to transformation. Over time, these small rituals will become ingrained in your life, and they will no longer require effort. They will simply be a part of who you are. The most successful people don't rely on motivation to stay on track. They rely on their rituals. The rituals they've designed to keep them moving forward, no matter how they feel in the moment. And you can do the same. Start small. Start today. Choose one small habit that aligns with the life you want to create and make it a non-negotiable part of your routine. As you begin to build these rituals, you'll start to see how the seemingly insignificant moments of your day can add up to massive change. Your ritual reset is the key to your future. It's the key to pulling your life back together, one habit at a time. So commit to it and start today. When you're standing at a crossroads in life, it's easy to feel as though you're too far gone to make a change. Maybe you face failure after failure, or perhaps you've reached a point where everything feels hopeless. But here's the hard truth that most people don't want to face. Your comeback story starts now. Right now. You don't have to wait for the perfect circumstances or the ideal moment. All it takes is a single choice to begin writing a new chapter in your life. There's power in this moment. It might feel insignificant, almost like a fleeting thought, but the truth is, your life is not defined by your past. It's defined by the decisions you make moving forward. The story you've been telling yourself about who you are, what you've done, and what you're capable of can change in an instant. Right now, you can decide that today marks the beginning of a new journey. And that decision, no matter how small it may seem, is the turning point where everything starts to shift. The power of this decision is more profound than you might realize. In that moment of commitment, the energy within you shifts. Suddenly, you're no longer a passive participant in your life. You're an active creator. The road ahead is still uncertain. The challenges are still present, but now you're ready to face them with intention. You're no longer waiting for life to happen to you. You're stepping into the driver's seat and choosing where you want to go. This moment of decision doesn't mean that the journey will be easy. Far from it. In fact, there will be times when you feel like giving up. You'll face obstacles that seem impossible to overcome, moments when you doubt yourself, and challenges that make you question whether it's worth it. But those are the moments that define you. Those are the moments that test your resolve. And it's in those moments that you must remind yourself that your comeback story has just begun. The road to success is rarely a straight line. It's full of twists, turns, setbacks, and bumps along the way. But each of these is an opportunity for growth. You are not defined by your failures, your mistakes, or your struggles. You are defined by your ability to rise. No matter how many times you've fallen, no matter how many times you felt lost, there is always the possibility of a comeback. Your past does not have to dictate your future. You can write a new narrative, and it begins today. So what does this look like in real life? It looks like taking that first step, even when you're unsure of where it leads. It looks like choosing to be proactive, taking action, and creating momentum, even when the path ahead seems unclear. It's about showing up day after day and refusing to let fear or doubt keep you stuck. It's about building resilience, leaning into discomfort, and embracing challenges as opportunities for growth. Your comeback story isn't just about achieving success, it's about who you become in the process. Every step you take, every small victory, every obstacle you overcome adds to the strength, the wisdom, and the confidence that you carry forward. Your comeback story is a testament to your perseverance, your determination, and your unshakable belief that you are capable of more. The most important thing you need to remember is this: the moment you choose to begin, everything changes. You've already taken the first step by deciding that today marks the beginning of your new journey. Keep moving forward. Keep trusting the process. And remember, your story isn't over yet. It's only just beginning.